Jack and Jill here.
Hello.
Welcome to the Jack and Jill Show. I'm Jack Butala.
And I'm Jill DeWit, broadcasting this week from sunny Southern California, where every homeowner is a multimillionaire.
What?
I've noticed that.
Have you noticed this?
I have noticed this.
How can this possibly be?
A little bit not normal.
It's not normal for me.
Well, right. That's true.
Imagine a situation where you buy a house and then you just live in the house, go about your business.
Right.
And then 10, 20 years later, you have $4 million worth of equity.
It's crazy.
Jill and I, go ahead.
I was saying, we talked to a guy the other day. Remember, we were looking at renting a house right on the water, and you said $35,000. The guy said no, they paid $55,000 or something ridiculous.
Paid $55,000 for a property that's probably worth $6 to $8 million.
Exactly.
More. And this is,
Yeah.
in the late 60s, early 70s.
And by the way, they've done nothing to it.
No, I know. He said, he like cuffed his lips and whispered to Jill, "Oh, by the way, there's no garbage disposal or dishwasher."
Exactly.
And I said, "Well, why isn't there?" And he said, "Well, the owners don't want to change the property at all."
It's hilarious. It is so darn funny. Oceanfront.
Yeah. Oceanfront. None of this ocean view business.
Yeah.
This is oceanfront.
It was hilarious. I love it.
I just think it's a beautiful concept. It's every time I walk around some of the small towns in Southern California, I think, like, this is what America, all over America, should be like.
Right.
Where you earn 11 to 15% on your home every year, and that's why you're a homeowner.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's just not the case.
That's the way it was supposed to go.
Right?
You're right. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Well, I'll tell you, this crowd, they act like it too.
Oh.
I've told Jill several times in this neighborhood, I don't know if that guy's homeless or retired.
Right.
He looks the same.
Exactly.
He smells the same.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I love it.
Entertaining real estate investment.
I hope it's entertaining.
This is a little bit of a new format for us today.
It is.
Today, Jill and I talk about what to learn and what to outsource. This is the meat of the show. But, it's not the meat of the show because we haven't gotten the new script down yet.
Yeah, that's okay.
Before we get to the meat of the show, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the jackjill.com online community. It's free.
Okay. Jared shares / asks, I sent out a mailer of 1,888. Nice. I've gotten 35 calls in the last 2 days, with 33 are some real hate. LOL, 10 cussed me out. I never understand this, by the way. What's the point of that? But okay, whatever.
Your mailer worked. Congratulations.
One said he was going to report me to the Better Business Bureau. That's great.
Well, you know how old he is.
Yeah. That's so funny. Do people even still use that? That's so sweet.
I hope not.
That's so nice. That's not a thing. One left me a bad review on Facebook. And the rest were some variation of me being a crook and trying to steal their lands. Awesome. Most of it is fine to me, but it's starting to make me wonder if I priced the offer too low. I went into LandWatch and other sites, I'm sure, and offered significantly less than the lower price there, so I know it was going to be priced low. I think he did it right.
Yeah, me too.
But to my original question, does a lot of hate mean I priced it too low? And what are some of the signs I may have priced it too low? Thanks, guys.
So, if I had a nickel for every time Jill and I have explained this, and this is a great question, by the way, Jared. It's not a bad question. I'm just saying there's a templated cycle that happens after you send a mailer out. First, you send it out, then you get some hate, then you get a couple of calls with some interest, and then you get some letters back in the mail that are signed saying...
The juice, the good stuff.
Yeah. So, but you can't have executed letters and executed purchase agreements like this is what you're really going for without the hate. Mm-hmm. And that's why I included this question in here. It's a really good question.
Right.
It's not all peaches and cream what we do, but it's real profitable. And it's a lot of fun.
I was going to say, think about you. This is how I look at it. I think about it personally. Okay, say my current car, what if for some reason I have been thinking about selling it? It's on my mind, right? And this person happens to send me a stupid offer on my car. First, I'm going to go, you must be nuts. I can understand this. I'm putting myself in their shoes. And then there's a phase where now I've slept on it a few days and I go, an offer's an offer. I haven't had anybody else make me an offer, and I'm actually thinking about this, so maybe I need to reconsider this. So this is my cycle as a seller, potential seller. And then a few more days go by going, you know what? He really is the only one interested, and I looked him up now, and it's a legitimate offer, and I'm going to call the guy back.
Yep.
I'm going to do something. So that really happens.
Do you ever have somebody in your life that their first answer to everything is no?
Oh, gosh.
Like, hey, would you like to offer some ice cream? No.
Right.
What do you mean? Oh, ice cream? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I do. I want to go.
I have a former friend like that.
A former friend?
Former friend who broke up with me.
Oh, your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jill.
I know. I think I was a little too upbeat. That's the thing.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the truth. That's the truth. My former friend broke up with me because everything for her was no. And I was always like, it can't all be bad. Like, everything in your life can't be bad. But in her mind, everything is bad. And she just couldn't handle me because I don't see everything in life as bad,
Hey, landowner, I would love to send you a $10,000 cashier's check next week for your property. Hey, wait a second. Before you answer, I know your property's worth $20,000, but do you really want to spend all the time and the energy and get into this whole thing that you probably don't know anything about? Or would you rather just have a $10,000 check? Okay, now answer. Mm-hmm. It's not that hard.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jared, just tough it out.
Yeah.
It happens with it happens with every single mail campaign. It happens to us even after 20 years. Just learn to laugh about it, and make sure you treat them with respect, and it's going to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a question, or you'd like to hear the answer to your question on this show, post it on the JackJill.com online community. Everything's a little different today, Jill.
Mm-hmm.
Today's topic: what to learn and what to outsource. Boy, they're two separate things. This is the meat of the show. Go ahead.
So since we're doing a new format here, Jack, and I mean this, when you put this question to me, boy, I could go a lot of different directions with this. So maybe
this is half the fun.
All right, what to learn and what to outsource. This is going to be good. In life or business?
We could make it life.
I like this.
We could make it land. We could make it real estate.
We
could make it marriage.
I do not need to learn how to run a household. I'd rather outsource that. I do not need to learn how to raise children. I'd rather outsource that.
Man,
Just
that's
kidding.
one thing you can't outsource.
Just kidding. I know you cannot outsource.
Kings and queens and celebrities have been trying to outsource raising their children since the beginning of time.
Yeah, that boarding school is not crazy, honestly.
And it all ends in one kid being a serial killer.
Right.
You can't outsource child rearing.
How come the wealthy, let's all think about this, everyone. How come the uber wealthy use the boarding schools and not the rest of us? Maybe they're onto something.
Maybe they are, maybe they aren't.
I know.
I think there's a lot of cases where most of the people who have gone to boarding schools at a very young age, they're very well educated, insane people.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's okay?
That's kind of what I'm saying. Really? Is that bad?
Cracking me up here, yeah.
Okay.
When I say insane, I mean like serial killer.
Oh, I thought you said and sane.
No, insane.
I thought you said well-educated and sane. Oh, insane.
My point,
I don't know.
The point is, there's some stuff in life and in business and in being an investor you got to learn. And there's a lot of stuff you can outsource. So what I'm noticing with some of our newer members, the seasoned ones have this figured out down to the dime. But what I have noticed too is a little bit different for each person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, going through a regular acquisition on let's just say a house,
mm-hmm.
What do you outsource and what do you do yourself? What do you think?
Mail. So any silly admin thing that an admin task that a $12 an hour employee can do, it should be your trigger that you should not be doing that.
All right, so I'll just ask you the questions.
Okay.
How about getting access to the data? Can you outsource that?
Getting access, turning it on?
Yeah.
Yeah, your assistant can get you access. They can't do it.
How about writing the actual offer?
No, you got to do that. You got to price them and all that.
Sorting the data, scrubbing the data?
Yeah, you got to do that.
There's no. That's my reason. My whole point to the show is
you can't trust that.
You have to manipulate it and understand the data yourself.
I see a lot of people doing this wrong.
Me too.
Before they come to us.
That's
this is
why I wrote the
interesting
show.
because I have a lot of folks that think that I can just give you're right, Jack. They think that I can just, call the county, get a a whole load of information. I'm trying to keep it G-rated still, and then I can push it off on my Philippine assistant. I mean, not that this is not bad having this assistant, but not the best way to do this. So, and then let them scrub the data, sort it, price it, and get it in the mail, and then I'm going to go from there. Too many people are doing that, and you need to know the data. You need to manipulate it, like you said, Jack. That's stuff you can't. You don't know. You don't even know if the county pulled the right stuff for you. That's one of my things we were just talking about the other day in the office. I was explaining to the staff too about why this is so important. Only you know the parameters. You need to pick the county. You need to figure out what you want. You want to jump in here?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I do want to jump in. I'm really serious about this. There are certain things you have to do yourself. I don't care at what level you are. In any business or in life.
Right.
And I meant this to be a life/business topic.
Okay.
I'll tell you what happens to us. I have never outsourced scrubbing data.
Right.
I go into a neighborhood when we do an SFR mailer, and I go block by block, or depending on if it's what type of neighborhood it is, but I've never even considered outsourcing scrubbing data. What we do outsource, and I've outsourced from the beginning, here's the whole thing. You sit around in life, and when you get real comfortable with stuff that's real familiar to you, like sending a letter, everybody sent a letter. Every single person who's listening to this.
Right.
And so it makes sense to send a letter. If you're going to send 1,000 letters out, it makes sense to you as a human, because you've done it so many times, sent your water bill in or whatever. Not anymore, but you've done it. Hopefully, if you're a certain age, you've done it. To stuff a bunch of envelopes and get it in the mail, then darn it, you knew it went out. That's it. Well, it's 21st century here. That's absolutely one of the things you need to outsource. You're going to waste a lot of time mechanically putting a piece of paper in an envelope. That's why we outsource that entirely with offers to owners. So,
exactly.
Answering the phone. You do not need to answer your own phone. There are people who do this on the planet, all over the planet now, with the internet. But you do need to call them back, the ones who are interested, have expressed some interest. So there's the things that you need to outsource and things that you don't. And that's really what you have to really kind of figure that out for yourself. Lucky for us, there's two of us. So I do the stuff that I'm good at, you do the stuff that you're good at and actually enjoy, and it turns a profit most of the time.
And sometimes it's rock, paper, scissors, and we get to do this. We shove off what we don't want to do on the other person who lost.
Oh my gosh. Have I shoved some stuff off on you recently?
Oh, no, never. Oh, no, that's the beauty of our relationship, Jack. All you do all day long is, Jill, if you wouldn't mind, that's my life.
That's not good. Sure
well, it's
true.
real. It's okay. It's all right. Sometimes you got to do stuff you don't want to do. But you know what? That's the thing,
true.
too. Just because you don't want to do it, but you're good at it, guess what? You get to do it.
There's a yin yang to all this, isn't there?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. We're better. I think we're much better together, Joe. Let's just leave it there.
Today we are. And yesterday I wasn't so sure.
Oh my gosh.
Just kidding.
That's not what I thought was going on.
Well, you opened up this new format and told me I could kind of just run with it, so that's what I'm doing. I'm usually this new format is half therapy for Jill. So
JillsTherapy.com.
yes, it is. That's exactly what this is. So, all right.
Well, you've done it again. Wasted another 30 minutes listening to the Jack and Jill Show. Join us tomorrow where we discuss public disclosure. How much is too much to talk about?
And we answer Andrew's question about 5-acre properties in California with mineral rights.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition. Good show, Jill.
Okay, good. Thank you for letting me. Sorry, I apparently had to vent a little bit there. So thank you, Dr. Jack.
Dr. Jack.
For letting me have that time on the couch.
My gosh.
Right? Share the fun by subscribing on iTunes or wherever you are listening. And hey, while you're at it, rate us while you're there. We are Jack and Jill.
Information
And inspiration.
to buy undervalued property.